Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilk empath, and fuck it. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I'm really trying not to lose my temper. I've been wanting to do this video for an hour, about an hour, and I'm really working on allowance because that's what it's going to be all about. You're just going to have to let shit roll. Either that or freaking, diet 50 of a heart attack, not getting your way. But this guy over here, man, he gets here at like a quarter after 5, starts mowing, and I'm like, aren't there business hours anymore? What the fuck? And I have this thing about noise anyway. I just want to hear birds singing, and all day long, every day of the week, somebody's mowing a different lawn around me. I mean, I know their schedules. It's fucking annoying. So this guy shows up late, and he's having some technical issues because it keeps the grass is really extra long because it's been raining for like 3 days overnight and stuff, and it keeps choking out. And then so I'm like, all right, oh, the neighbor's out. Go thank her for the loaf of bread that she brought over a few days ago. I haven't seen her and thought was able to thank her. So I'm trying to preoccupy myself and stay busy with And then all right, we went. Mom brushed her teeth, stuff like that. So I try to. Every time I think he's done, he's not. I talked to a friend of mine. I was just like, I just want to do a freaking live, and god damn it, I gotta talk about stuff, and I can't do it. So I was like, you know what, F it, I'll just start it. And I think he's done anyway. So anyway, the energies are gonna be freaking volatile. 12th, 13th of May here pretty quick. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I used to work at Chevy's Mexican restaurant, and man, those were fun working there then. Um, anyway, yeah, Venus is going to go into retrograde here pretty quick, and she's been a night star for quite some time, and she's going to go in the underground. She's going to go underground in the shadows, and she's gonna. So love isn't gonna be visible for a while. She's the planet of love. She's just, people are gonna wonder where the love is, and people are gonna act out, insecurities because they're gonna feel lack of love. So, learn how to. Now, freaking God, I just wish people learned how to meditate, man. I just wish they learned how to meditate and just calm themselves down because it's and do positive things like I did earlier just to distract yourself until you can do what you want to do and just allow, man, because people are just, it's this air of like, I deserve and I'm justified and righteous anger and all this stuff and I'm allowed and all this stuff and I just kind of like it without all the traffic myself. So she'll be back as a morning star in June, so this energy is going to be pretty wild for about, I don't know, look it up, Venus retrograde. And other planets are retrograde too. So everybody's getting a chance to work on their inner child stuff. There's a lot of more inner child stuff coming up. And what I like to do is I gotta have a picture of me as a little girl, and I look at that picture, and if something comes up that happened that I recall, I've gotten through a lot of it, and I won't ever say I'm gonna be done with 100% because there's stuff that comes up all the time, and it might not be in this incarnation, it might be from a last incarnation, you know. But there's things that okay, try not to get mad because my train of thought derailed because of this song. Let's see who's in the chat. Anybody in the chat? Nope. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh, inner child stuff. Okay, so I have a picture of me when I was younger. So when it does come up, I do a visualization of like hanging out with me as an adult, as a kid, and just like explaining why people act the way they do. That's what I do. you know, and then trying to find my part in the situation, you know, like what did I do to create or add or subtract to the situation, whatever, my self inventory for accountability, because people are going to really need to become more accountable than they have been, yeah, for their behavior and things like that. Yep, you like my shirt? This is circa Mall of America, 2006, 2005. I was in a dance of death, a relationship, a very karmic relationship for on and off for 8 years, and in between there was like 18 months that we didn't speak, but we were always in close proximity, but we just didn't speak and we just ignore each other. But we dated on and off here and there, and 3 times we were on and off a lot. I got dumped after we'd gone out of town on a weekend trip. We went to Kansas City twice. I got dumped, and then Mall of America one time. And so I was just like, all right, this isn't fun anymore. I mean, I'm good at figuring out puzzles, but some puzzles just can't be. They don't get fun. They just, you can never solve them. I mean, people aren't puzzles. I mean, they can be, but I don't know. Anyway, I made some notes. But anyway, so Mall of America 2008. And it's getting holy. And it has like stains and stuff on it. Because I wear it a lot and it's wearing out. And I don't know if I can find them. Is Abercrombie and Finch even open anymore? So on my meditate state earlier today, I thought about some stuff, some ideas. If anybody wants to coin these, just go ahead, feel free, make all the profits you want. But remember, you got to give credit where credit's due. Experience stations. Oh, what the world could be if we had a experience stations. Like, we could just go to places and try things. This is what I imagined if, like, there was no money. People could go, like, because I remember seeing a place in Las Vegas did it. It was like a playground, but you could operate heavy equipment, machinery, and I was like, that would be fun. That would be a lot of fun for me. Like instead of library books, you could check out frickin' yeah, like experiences, instead of like, making a career out of being a F1 Formula 1 race car driver or whatever. You could, go like an amusement park and have the experience of race one, be like, all right, that's cool. Or what would another one be? Not something you want to go to college to do, but you just want to have the experience of, kind of thing. Experience stations. I think more people should be able to have experiences like that. I think there should be anger stations too. Anger stations where where they have on freeways and rest stops. Yeah, rooms where you can go in and throw some china, or I don't know, do break some stuff somehow, because people get so much animosity and so much, are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? People are going to have so much of that this summer. Are you kidding me? I think I'm going to cut my hair. I'm very close. Because I'm already, and it's just one more thing I don't want to have to worry about. And quite frankly, I'm already a hothead, so it's just easier to get out of heated situations and do things like, just get a haircut, Marge. Just get a haircut. You'll be alright. I get so hot. Are you kidding me? And these people with their little zippy cars that like to cut me off in my big red truck, BRT, I'm just like, are you kidding me? It's kind of funny. I look at things like situations like games, because it keeps it lighthearted. Like, are you kidding me? Like, because I'm really trying to be patient and just like not get mad at all. And the worst thing you can do when you're practicing patience is pray for patience, because then universe gives you example after example after example of things to be patient for. And I'm like, nope, don't need that. We already had I walked up and got because I had all this, so I walked up and got the cat some cat food at the vet, because he has these stomach troubles, you know, and the energy's off the hook. So and 3 days ago I had my headache. Um, Mom's on the upswing, but she had a gnarly one yesterday and the day before. So check on the older people in your life, your loved ones, uh, and the pets. Your pets might have extra sensitivity, and just, you know, freaking extra patience and tolerance right now. After the guy, I was kind of watching him, and I noticed that he was struggling because it was raining a lot. And then at the end of the thing, I almost felt bad for the guy because it's like, shoot, I'm sure he just wants to be at home, freaking hanging out with his family, you know. I'm sure he doesn't. This is the last place he wants to be. It's probably his last stop, and he doesn't want to be late either, and all this stuff. So, but he got through it. Just got to be tolerant, man, because people like me, man, I got a lot. My chart, I'm freaking Aries, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, Cancer, Rising. I have fucking full spectrum. uh, Mapping consciousness. I was thinking about that. Those were things that I was tapping into, frequencies of knowledge I was tapping into during my meditate state. I got about an hour today. Hey, Debbie. I got about an hour today in my meditate. Actually, it was like probably an hour and 20 minutes, so that was cool. And then I went for my walk and got a freaking bunch of pictures, and now I got to freaking take the time to, I need a desktop to upload some to my SnapNext Facebook page. Mapping consciousness, you know, and that's what I got a background in IT, and that's what they're doing when every time you click a like or go to a page. Google, I got a buddy who applied there, and I don't know people that work there throughout the industry, and it's beautiful out. The breeze, nature is supporting what I say. I'm surprised the birds haven't shown up. I mean, we got some little finches, some little twippy florals, but the caw-caws aren't here yet. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying again. What was I saying? Confounded. Oh, that it worked at Google. And, Google. And they have a history of every search you've ever done in your whole entire life. And that basically is a stream of consciousness of every human being that's ever used Google. And so they do, you know, sum of all parts and stuff like that. And that's because, that's how, like, their interpretation, as I understand it. There's a squirrel of AI is derived from. And so, I mean, like my buddy, he applied there, or he had an interview with them one time at one of the database centers, and they plopped down a stack of paper like this, plopped it down, and said, "All right, here's your whole Google search history of your entire, you know, for every login." I've worked at a lot of tech companies in a lot of places. I've had security clearances. You know, I've been in high vibrational, you know, I've hung out with. I'm full spectrum. I've been all over. I've been low points, you know, hanging out with people on the street, handing out joints for over 21 people for morale, you know, just because it's hard out there and people are struggling. Morale is hard. You know, morale is hard for people. Anyway, so mapping consciousness, that's basically what all InstaSnap, all of them, they're all Facebook, they're all mapping consciousness, getting an idea of all the things that you like and what you hate and all this stuff. You know, what you're going to endorse and what you're going to support and what you're going to spend money on. And it works. There's a lot of really cool stuff, man. The inventions I'm seeing are so great, like the cat toys, and just all kinds of creativity. And it's in the astrology. People have been talking about, you know, it's all this creativity and invention, you know. But first we got to get through the hard part. See, because you know, and that's how they do, that's what every search engine, except what the Go.Go one, they supposedly don't track your history. But it's all to get an imprint of your psychology, and that's why we're seeing like weird shit in the stream, because people's psychology is freaking weird, man. People are into weird stuff. They are They're into what they're into, and they can defend it. And maybe they know, by society standards, it ain't right. But it's not pertinent enough, or their knowing isn't strong enough to give them the willingness or the desire to not do the behavior because people are doing the behavior, and their egos get so big, and they live out loud, and they can't hide anymore because more and more people are catching on, and more people because more and more people are looking at the stuff, the theories, that people pretty much, they know they're true because it's in their heart space. It's true. And what does the justice system know about 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 well, justice? Because how many people are locked away because they know answers to things, because they had the right idea about stuff, but they didn't want the bigger picture. But more people are starting to look at bigger picture, so that consciousness is growing. See? And then the world, if people come from a place of love and a heart space of love, the world is going to move in a trajectory to support that. We'll live on a planet where there's just fruits and vegetables just fucking growing everywhere, and ain't nobody regulating it, and ain't nobody spraying. Bugs are our friends. They're there for a reason. Dandelions aren't weeds. There's no such thing as a weed. They're all flowers. They're all beautiful. They all serve a purpose. It's man wanted to make money by selling poison and killing shit. But those days are over. Or I'm going to at least do whatever I can in my power. And I got some. I got spirit. I got moxie. I got a lot. And to keep that from happening, because I'm just going to keep talking about the possibilities of how the world can be, and maybe other people will show up and into the room. I got to hurry because the mosquitoes are going to start coming out. That's why I have small windows of operation that I can do things. That's why I get... Oh, and my plans get soiled, confounded, there's gonna be hell to pay. So mapping consciousness, I think, I'm pretty sure it's been, if they haven't figured out, I know that there is a way to, but here's the trick of it. Then they've traced it by taking up all the data and collecting it and put it in database. They're just, I know where the databases are, I've almost worked at them. Mapping consciousness, tracing it, and then, but the thing of it is there's a storyline that exists and a timeline exists where the powers that be have learned to control that stream of mapping of consciousness, and many people are coming into the realization that that's exactly what's happening now. If somebody, when you click on the things that you like, a couple things that you like, and there's a narrator for everything, there's a storyline for everything, and then okay, well, here's a proposed storyline, but the thing of it is the people, the content of their character is not strong enough to support the storyline that they're trying to propose. And the truth always comes out, because the vibration of truth, it always comes out. It's like a sliver, and people like to keep it hidden and spend a lot of money and resources to keep a lot of truths coming out. But people are more like, yeah, no, there's too much evidence, nope. And it's happening to more and more people. And then so, I still don't know anybody that's sick, by the way, but it's happening to more other things, like atrocities that have happened to me when I was a little girl, Um, but these things happen, I believe, so that I will forever know the vibration of a human being that that wants to do terrible things to children. And so I can feel them in the crowd. And their symbols will be their downfall, because and I've worked among them in huge companies, and they're very successful, and they drive very expensive cars, and they tout their jewels, and they tout their stuff, and they look what I got and look what I did. And see, the thing of it is there's more people that do not appreciate those behaviors than there are people that were going to support those behaviors because they can be bought off. Because people like me can't be bought off. Because money is important to me. Money is just an energy, a vibration, and people have lost the spirit of that. People should be giving away their money. It should be a flow. It should be going through you as a circuit. It shouldn't be freaking stopping with you. Because you know what happens when things stop in electric circuits? Capacitors blow. And that's what we're going to see this summer. A lot of blown capacitors. Yep. So, there's a book in 1899, look it up, called The Last President. Look it up. And it's very, very, very interesting, you know, because energy flows in patterns and waves, and history repeats itself. We go do the same thing, you know. Are people going to stand up and say, no, that ain't cool? Enough is enough. I know I'm gonna. It might take me slow to while to stand up. Oh! I got a bad back, but I'm gonna do it. Yep. So, alright, man, boys. Boys, you can swing your wieners, but you can't swing your vote. And that's what we're coming to find out. Is there's not. I mean, the stuff the links that people get, you know. I'm like, maybe I'll run one day. I could be vice president. I was vice president in junior high. I had to do. That's what makes me so, like, fired up about it, is because I used to be so proud of being an American. Not that I'm not anymore. I'm just less proud. I'm proud of other things. There's other parts of my characteristics and my personality that I'm more proud of, so that has gone on the wayside. Yeah. So, but what I want to make that bigger. I want to bring that into the forefront, you know, back. When I was in junior high, as vice president, Maynard was the president, but I got to do the Pledge of Allegiance every day over the intercom, you know. I always knew I was going to go in the Air Force. I was going to go to college, because I never could afford it either. Otherwise, here they come the crows. Hey, yeah, hey ho. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, I love this time of day. It feels good. If I didn't have this space, well, you don't got to tell everybody. Just a few of your friends. Anyway, how long have I been rambling on? It's easy to ramble on here. Oh, I used to really, so, like, you know, I had a lot of pride in country and things like that. And then when I freaking was in the Air Force, and I went in when I was 26, and everything was like, this isn't the real Air Force. I'm like, yeah, they come to find out there ain't no real. It's all smoke and mirrors, and it's all a game, and it's all just a means for a club to spend the money of hardworking Americans and blow it on stupid, wasteful, gross, killing monstrosities for when we could have a planet, when there could be peace on Earth. You know, we got a taste of it. I know that there's still some rumblings going on here in the air, but we could have peace on Earth. You know, it's the egoic stuff. It's all that patriarchy stuff that's dying. It's going away. It's going away, and it's not going to go out without a fight. Have you ever seen somebody leave their life? It's really kind of brutal when their spirit leaves. Call it the death rattle. There's all kinds of names for it. People do different things, and sometimes, you know, people lose their spirit. Now we got 3. I knew they were gonna come. I knew it. Support, guys. Where you at? Make me look like a liar. I feel like I tell people I hang out with the birds. They don't show up. There we go. I got some pictures of a magpie earlier. So the 13th and 14th, 12th and 13th, Venus is going into retrograde. People need to really start self-soothing. And if the painful stuff starts coming up, you know, don't go to toxic things to soothe. Alcohol is not this. This Scorpio full moon too is day after tomorrow, so people are gonna want to escape a lot. I know it. My Scorpio, I got a moon in Scorpio. I know for a fact. So you got it. People are gonna dip to the dark side, and sometimes people dip to the dark side and they dip too dark and they go to places. You know, the energies are more in line to take you to places that you don't want to go. Some people have a list of things that they never do. You take your spirit by messing with the booze is where you're likely to extend that list. Yeah. It's a cautious time, you know. People need to be cautious. People really need to be aware, and people there's a lot of positivity and there's a lot of negativity, and there's going to be a great clash. A significant combustion, because unless people really learn how to soothe themselves. Yeah. I know I spend a lot of effort eating decent, clean food, uh, like going for walks, staying physically fit, using my energy in positive, constructive ways. And I'm seeing more people doing it too. There's a lot of people out running and stuff like that, you know. And so I'm saying when I go out in the world, I'm like, I just see the world as a new place that's less busy, less populated by fearful people. And the fearful people can stay over here in the 3D Earth, and I will go over here on the 5D Earth, on the higher plane. That's a higher vibrational frequency than fear. And hopefully I won't dip back to the 3D Earth where people are freaking shooting people over masks and stupid shit like that. And just nonsense. Just nonsense. Just broke psychology. You know, people got broke psychology. I can help. I can help. You know, as I was thinking about the VA prescribed me an antidepressant. I'm going to end up on this. Velaflex, some V word, Velaflex, I don't know, whatever. Some antidepressant. I started taking it. I was sober for 13 years, and I'm not saying I drank because I took the antidepressant, but I didn't have any other, I didn't want to drink before I started taking the antidepressant. It wasn't a thought, right? So I started drinking after 13 years of sobriety, and then I was like, no, I'll die if I keep doing this. So I stopped drinking. I gotta look out for Mom. This life ain't just about me. So there's too many risks and consequences and factors and stuff. So I came to my senses and stopped doing that. And when I did that, it was I drank for like not a year, not quite a year, but didn't like drink full board and stuff like that. But I just knew that it was bad for me. And I think it's going to start raining, so I'm really preoccupied. Really, guys? Is anybody in the chat room? Oh, the crows. You guys can hear Can you guys hear the crows? And a squirrel. There's a squirrel right there, too. This is why I gotta move out of the city, because it's... Although it's quiet now, so I'm just gonna be grateful for it. But it hasn't been all day long. That's why I went for a walk. Because the vermin... the vilifexin, that's what I was talking about. The antidepressants. So... I started reading up about it, and I started reading studies in Australia and in the UK and other countries. There's like a 31% suicide rate related to this antidepressant, or the generic version, or the regular, or maybe it's the regular version, whatever. Anyway, so it freaked me out because I was already acting like an egomaniac, freaking Neanderthal, masculine, freaking, like. Yeah, my ego it was bad. That's what alcohol does to me. That's why I don't drink it. I'm a dick. I'm more of a dick than I am when I don't. So I'm a pretty big dick without it. With reason, not unjust, principled. I'm a very principled asshole. So after reading those, they were in little gel tabs, and so I tapered myself off of them by like I was taking them as prescribed, and then I would open the little gel tab and I pour some out, and I take it like that for 7 days, and I pour a little bit more out, and I take them like that for like 7 days, and then I was done. And I'm like, I'm not taking pharmaceuticals anymore. That was the end of that. And because it's all about balance, you get people have acted out in their ego for so long, and that's the world that we get, because it's all self-will run riot. It's all because I recognize it, because I know it, and I've done it, and I've acted like it. So when other people are doing it, I'm like, oh yeah, you're being But people can get past their hurts. They can get past it and through it, and the world can be much better. So we're really at a crucial point, and evidently people are waking up at an exponential rate. I hope. That's all I can do is hope. Sometimes I see evidence of it, and sometimes I don't. It's iffy. But anyway. Oh, here come the mosquitoes. Gotta go. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.